Jarron Boots Ennis is really overrated. Oh, this is gonna rage bait so many fucking fans. Holy shit. Okay, let's get into it. Weekend, Jarron Boots Ennis, he beat Ismail Lima to win a belt in the 154-pound division. And honestly, it was a good performance. I'm not even gonna lie to you, right? He truly is talented. He's 35-0 with 31 knockouts. You don't get there by accident. One thing I really have to commend, right? I really have to give Matchroom their flowers on how good of a job they've done promoting this fighter, promoting Boots Ennis. Matchroom, Eddie Hearn, they've done an outstanding job. Amazing. Top of the top, cream of the cream, promoting Boots Ennis, right? Now, talking about Boots Ennis, I like his style. You know, he's a switch hitter. He can fight in orthodox. He can fight in southpaw. He's ferocious when it needs to be. You know, he can fight on the inside. He can fight on the outside. He's a good fighter. Truly is. He's talented. But man, come on. Bro, you have to put him up against someone else. Like, you have to. Like, who are these fighters? The only person I know, well, I have followed it, is Chikatian and Amatezian, right? And they fought some notable fighters. I think one of them has fought Triple G, but whatever. But who are these fighters? Who is Stanionis, right? He was a belt holder. I'm not discrediting them, right? And you know, the competition Boots is facing, it's good competition. They're good fighters. I'm not gonna lie to you. But the way they've promoted him is as if though he's the face of boxing, or you know, the star of boxing. But he hasn't really fought anyone elite. I heard talks about Virgil Ortiz. Now, Virgil Ortiz doesn't hold a belt in the 154 division, right? But he has fought Israel Madrimov. That was a really good fight for 12 straight rounds. And Virgil Ortiz won that fight. And Madrimov is an elite name. Really amazing amateur pedigree, 300-something fights, fought Terence Crawford. I would say he was winning the fight, but then he lost it eventually. Now, Virgil Ortiz has a good resume, right? But the thing with Boots is they have promoted him so far up, right? But looking at his resume, he hasn't really fought elite fighters. He's fought good fighters. He's fought champions, and they have been champions. They have been holding belts, but he just hasn't fought someone elite, right? And there are some fights that can be made. You know, I'm hearing talk of they're gonna fight Virgil Ortiz Jr. Virgil Ortiz Jr. Man, if I was Boots, I would not take that fight, honestly. But I think it's already been signed for 2026. Whatever. Fight someone with a belt. Unify the division. You know, fight someone like Xander Zayas. I think that's an amazing fight. Fight Murztaliev. Murztaliev is a fucking gangster. He's the fucking boogeyman of the 154-pound division. He beat Tim Tszyu, amazing fashion. I believe Murztaliev will beat Boots. I think Murztaliev beats Boots. I think Murztaliev has all the tools it needs to beat Boots. He's a good fighter, good inside fighter, as we saw against Tim Tszyu. Hooks up crazy, out of this world, very durable, good amateur pedigree. We haven't really seen Boots fight someone who's relentless. You know, most of the fighters Boots has fought have been, I'm not gonna lie to you, Boots hasn't really fought someone on his level yet. You know, all of the competition he's faced have been below him. Respectfully, right? Styles make fights. I think Stanionis was the only person who could have beaten Boots. But again, styles make fights. Stanionis he fought like Alexander Kijniak, high guard, and he just face forward. You know, if you fight like that against Boots, Boots is just gonna box you. You know, you have to force Boots to play to your, you know, you have to brawl with Boots. You know, you have to box with him as well. And after the fight, Boots gave Lima some 2 Philly cheesesteaks for your trouble. Man, I'm sorry, man. That shit cracked me up, bro. I personally think, I don't think he's overrated, but I believe Matchroom have done an amazing job promoting the guy, right? But I think he really needs to step up in competition. People talk about butt against Boots. I'm sorry, man. Terence Crawford is too good. You're gonna make a mockery out of Boots, right? Who else is the 154-pound division? Sebastian Fundora. I think that's a really good fight. I think Boots takes Fundora easily, easy money. That's easy money for Boots. But Murztaliev, I would not take that fight if I was Boots. Murztaliev would make a joke out of Boots. I swear to God. Murztaliev is a dangerous man, dangerous guy in the 154-pound division. I don't know why. It's just not a household name. We know what he did against Tim Tszyu. I don't know why he hasn't unified the division. If he does, he could possibly I could see Murztaliev becoming undisputed at 154. That's how good he is. But Boots, man, he needs to fight someone really good. Okay, I like the fight against Vergil Ortiz is a very good fight for the money and for the name. But for the actual sport of boxing, Vergil doesn't have a belt, right? Either Vergil fights someone like Zayas, you know, or someone like Murztaliev, then you could have Boots fighting a person with a belt. But until then, you know, I don't know, man. Until then, Boots has got to step up his competition. But remember, where could this one take you? Take care. Mwah.
From the spring, caught my chicken mink, got it looking like a polar bear. Chauffeur outside and I ain't going nowhere. No one helped me in this maze. Doubled up my re-up, then I gave myself a raise. Now I'm wealthy off the haze. Used to throw my shot of keys, now he owe me couple G's. If we was in jail, I would've thrown him off the freeze. I was getting paid before my deal. I ain't never had a job. My first pay slip was a mill. Still remember all them dead nights when my block was like Amsterdam.